Hello. I want to share a couple more insider thoughts on what happened during WickedTs tournament that took place on the PlayStation on the April 20th. Just as it's just it was a very fun tournament. I definitely want to attend more in the future, and don't be surprised if you see videos on that in the future. But I also wanted to say that there's some more insider information that may or may not have made it into Wicked's video. In the first game, I would like to give a huge shout out to my teammate going for a super clutch res during the first engagement of the fight, which allowed us to continue on with the first game and get a ton more points. I would also like to add that the other team, I forgot exactly what their names were, but I'm sure it'll show up on screen at some point, who was in second place, also did very well, and I would like to give them some respect. I feel like if they would have played a bit more aggressively in the first and second games, they would have probably won. But, hindsight is 2020. Am I right? But there were several different calls I made with my teammate while we were during the second match. I made the call that if we run into the second place team, that we needed to focus them and kill them early in order to get a huge head start, which we ended up doing. I do believe the second place team got fourth that round, while my team got second with several more kills, which gave us a huge lead going into the third round and allowed us to play more passive, which was what we decided to try and do. Initially, our only goal was to avoid the second place teams, since the only way that they were going to be able to beat us was if they knocked us out early. So every time we ran into the Dobby or the Denki of the second place finishers, we would immediately run away and attempt to disengage in that fight, which fortunately was fairly easy since they don't have the greatest of mobilities. In doing so, we also decided we were going to try and secure some extra points via placement and kills by trying to kill other members of the lobby whilst avoiding them. And those kills ended up being incredibly important, as had we not gotten second place with a bunch of kills, that final round may have gone differently. We may not have won, and we may have lost by a couple points. That was a very enjoyable tournament, and I really hope that I gave Full Bullet a good showing. And I'm looking forward to seeing more Full Bullet mains in my PlayStation lobbies. I hope to see him eventually make an appearance on PC too, but from what I hear, he's just not well suited for that meta. But yeah, the tournament, it worked out really well. My teammate was a fantastic teammate, providing constant support with team heals, teleporting me away from bad situations, and also just providing cover while I backed off to heal while he would fight off a team with his trucks. And he would also get several nice combos off of my betas and vice versa, which worked out really well for picking up large amounts of kills and high amounts of damage. Final note, before I just let the rest of the video play out, I do think the tournament rules could use a bit more editing. Personally, I think maybe having first place give 10 points upon a victory, second place give 8, and third place give 6. It feels like the difference between second and third is too minimal in terms of how many points you get, and it makes it feel like the kills are more important. You either want to play for large amounts of kills and preying on some of the less experienced players of the lobby or the players that you can handle, rather than going for placement, which on its own is not necessarily bad. I think that's probably better that way overall, with having more aggressive fights, because that's better for content. But if we wanted to make it as even as possible, I think maybe giving a bit more of a reward to first place and maybe a bit less of a reward to some of the places like 5th. Perhaps 4th place gets 1 point, 3rd place gets 2 points, and then 2nd place gets 4 points, and 1st place gets 6. and nobody else gets any points might potentially be better. But that's my opinion. I like the way Wicked ran the tournament, and it was a lot of fun. I appreciate you listening to me bather on about this, and enjoy the rest of the Twice match. I just want my friends to be happy. That's on me entirely. I threw there. It was a good try, though.
Every last one of them has a menacing look in their eyes.
I'm only human. This joke isn't funny. Hey, I'm only human.
I can't wait.